Hi, my name is Erkin Sidick. I am an ethnic Uyghur. I live in Los Angeles, California, USA. I want to testify about several people today. I was born and grew up in Aksu Prefecture of East Turkestan, or also called Xinjiang Uyghur Autonomous Region. I finished my elementary school, middle school, and high school in Aksu, and after that went to Urumqi to study for my undergraduate degree. When I was in Urumqi from 1978 to 1983, studying for my bachelor degree in electrical engineering at Xinjiang University, I was elected to be the president of Xinjiang University Student Association for 2 terms. Each term is 2 years long. So I served for 4 years. During that time, Tashplat Tip in this picture, he served as the head of the sports department of the Xinjiang University Student Association. We worked 4 years together. Later on, he went to Japan to get his PhD degree in geology. After that, he got another honorary PhD degree from a prestigious Paris University in France. And he got numerous awards inside China for his outstanding academic work. And he became the president of Xinjiang University. But in 2017, he was arrested and given a death sentence with 2-year reprieve. He has been in a concentration camp since then. I learned that he is still alive right now, but in a concentration camp. I don't know the location. This person in the red shirt, his name is Ahad Aman. He was my Uyghur literature teacher when I was in Aksu No. 1 middle school. He taught all the Uyghur literature courses to our class at that time. Later on, he became the principal of the school and served many years before retiring from the school. But he was put in a concentration camp last year and died in January of this year, January of 2017, also 2019, in a concentration camp. This person, his name is Abbas Monias. He was a literature teacher at Aksu No. 1 middle school. We got to know each other through internet before I met him in 2006. And we became very good friends since then. He's a writer. He published about more than 20 books in Uyghur literature and Uyghur history. Later on, he was promoted to Xinjiang Professional Writers Society. After he moved to Urumqi in 2017, he got arrested. And he has been in a concentration camp since then. I don't know if he's still alive or not. I couldn't find out any information about him. The person, this person, his name is Tursunjan Nazim. He graduated from Xinjiang University in history department and became a history teacher at Aksu No. 1 middle school. He had a website, orhun.com, and he used to publish historical materials in his website. After the July 5th, 2009 massacre in Urumqi, he got arrested and sentenced to 7 years in prison. He stayed 7 years in prison and he got released later on, but he got arrested again in 2017 and disappeared since then. I don't know his whereabouts right now. He had a wife who was not in a good health and 3 small young children. I don't know how they have been surviving. I tried to send money, but receiving money from abroad is a crime under the current Chinese regime. So I couldn't do that either. Now, all those 4 people, we were intellectuals. According to the recently leaked 403-page document, the Chinese government carried out this detaining process in 3 phases. The phase 1 is the detaining the Uyghur intellectuals and the wealthy Uyghurs. So all those 4 people are Uyghur intellectuals got arrested during the phase 1 in 2017. No any crime. That's the only reason. Because they are Uyghur intellectuals. They are smart, knowledgeable people. That's the only crime they have. During the summer of this year, one Mongol graduate student went to East Turkestan. He had some high-level government official friends, and he learned some information from them. After he went back to Europe, he wrote up what he learned. This is a piece of that. This is his writing. The content in this red rectangular area says that 96 people got arrested because of their relationship with me in one website, istheniche.com. Starting 2005, I wrote many articles. The subjects are in personal development, leadership, child development, child education, etc. Because we don't have a lot of knowledge that the Western countries have, the Uyghur people don't have them. I thought one good thing to do is to import this knowledge to the Uyghur society, let young people learn from it. That's what I did. I published many articles in Uyghur website, run by Uyghur young people in East Turkestan. istheniche.com is one of the website. So this 96 people got arrested because they somehow responded to my postings. That's the only crime they had. I went back to East Turkestan 3 times in 2006, 2007, and 2009, and met with many young students, also the young educators. I was well known among the young people, young Uyghur people in East Turkestan because of my writing, also because I was a high achiever during my college time in Urumqi. My major was electrical engineering. I learned 3 languages during 5 years period. I learned Han Chinese language in the first year and relied on Han Chinese to learn English and Japanese, 2 years each. Also, I held many high positions like President of Xinjiang University, President of Xinjiang Student Federation, Vice President of Xinjiang Youth Federation, and the Vice President of All China Student Federation. So I was in the news a lot. When I went to Japan for 2.5 years from 1985 to 1988 as a visiting scholar. In 2.5 years, I published 19 papers, some of them in conferences, some of them in journals, including some prestigious journals, international journals like IEEE. I was the first Uyghur who published research articles in an international journal like IEEE. So I was in the news a lot in East Turkestan. In addition to that, starting 1993, I served as a counselor to young students who want to study abroad. They wrote me a letter, I replied to them, giving them advice, how to prepare, how to apply to schools in the US. And I also sent them some necessary materials to apply to schools. Because of that, the young people knew me, a lot of people. So when I went back to East Turkestan in 2006, 7, and 9, a lot of young people wanted to meet with me. In 2009, when I went back, I asked the police, can I go to campus to take pictures of the students? They said yes. The first week they said yes. I got the permission. They told me I can go to campus and take pictures, but I cannot give any presentation or lecture. I cannot go to classroom. I cannot go to any hall to give presentation. I had 2 presentations at that time approved by LASA for unlimited release. But the local government didn't allow me to give any lecture. So I didn't go to any classroom. I didn't go to any hall, meeting hall. I met students outside. And this is a picture. It was taken at the end of May 2009 at Xinjiang University campus near a lake. There was a lake in Xinjiang University. When I went there, I expected about 10 to 20 students, but I found that there are more than 100 students there waiting for me. So we had this question and answer session. When I was in Urumqi or anywhere else in Aksu, I was very careful about what I say. I only talked about 3 topics. One is how I studied when I was at Xinjiang University. Second is what is required to go to abroad to study. Third is what I do at NASA. I work on space telescopes used for direct detection of habitable exoplanets. It is a very interesting topic to many people. I have given lectures in many countries about this topic. I even did this year in Turkey, in other places as well. So these are the 3 topics I talked about. And one of my friends recorded the whole process in this meeting. He tried to make a video DVD for me from this event. His name is Alim Ahad. He's a professor of the computer science, and he also the founder of the Uygursoft Corporation. He was put in concentration camp as well, starting 2017. But after I left, the police took confiscated his camera, and they translated every word I said into Han Chinese and studied it, trying to find problems in it. They couldn't find any problem. One problem they found is one student asked me, Brother Erkin, we study very hard. We are not afraid of difficulty. We can overcome any difficulty. We are getting good grades. When we graduate, we cannot find job. There's no job for us. What would you do in that if you put yourself in such a shoes? That's the question I was asked. I told him, don't just look for government jobs. Look at the private sector. Compare the current situation with 10 years ago. 10 years ago, there was not that many Uyghur companies. Now there are a lot of Uyghur companies, privately founded companies. Go to those companies, or you found yourself a company and work there. In 10 years, you will see a huge change in this aspect, in this private company aspect in East Turkestan, in Xinjiang. I told him. But the government interpreted what I said. Erkin said, there's going to be a big change in 10 years. He meant independence. That concept never came to my mind when I was talking to students at that time. Now, during the 3 trips in 2006, 7, and 9, I met about 1,000 students. I have pictures with all of them. I'm still keeping them. And this is just one example of it, taken at Xinjiang University in 2009. Starting 2017, meeting with me or contacting me became one of the crimes to put people in concentration camps. All these young kids disappeared. I am willing to testify at any place if you invite me. And I'm also willing to go to East Turkestan with an independent international investigation team to find out the whereabouts of these kids. About 1,000 kids who disappeared since 2017. I cry in my heart for them all the time. They are not criminals. They wanted to learn from my experience. That's why they contacted me. That's why they meet with me. That's the only thing they did. They should not end up with our fate like today. Okay, let me end here today, and thank you very much for your attention.